Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars video. And in this video I'm going to be giving you my review of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. The first part of this video will be completely spoiler free, and then towards the end of the video I'll get into how Battlefront 2 plays into this, how DICE did the Rise of Skywalker content justice, and things like that, and more thoughts on specific spoilers and plot points about the film. So I went at midnight last night when it released in the UK. This is my first ever midnight viewing. So on my first viewing, I really liked it. I don't like ranking Star Wars films as my feelings towards them change a lot. For example, I've just rewatched the Skywalker Saga episodes 1 to 8 in the past week, and I actually found The Phantom Menace to be one of the more enjoyable ones, ahead of probably A New Hope. That's just a personal opinion that happened in the past week, and it's changed. So this film has a lot of Star Wars stuff in it, from new stuff that we've never seen before that's quite Star Wars, to old things from all eras, specifically the original trilogy. There is a lot of original trilogy stuff going on. Now, it's a very fan service film, but I'm very satisfied with the conclusion of the Skywalker Saga. It was over 2 hours of non-stop Star Wars action, and a lot of what I wanted to happen at the end happened, so I'm very happy with that. There is some things that I didn't like, and some stuff I'm not sure on. It could have been done with being a bit longer, I think. It was all very fast-paced, and some parts probably were rushed to fit it in a lower running time. I would have preferred if the film was 3 hours long. I don't have an issue with that, but I think some stuff towards the end was rushed to squeeze it in for a lower running time, from my perspective. The entire film was visually amazing, but I would still say that The Last Jedi is the best shot Star Wars film, but this is very close behind, at least from my first viewing. As for the music, I don't think it is as memorable as others. I still think The Force Awakens is the best of all. Don't get me wrong, there is some really good stuff, but I am a little bit underwhelmed in that department. I will be seeing it a second time as this video goes live, and then I'm going to be seeing it again on Saturday. So my first two viewings will be in 2D, but then I'm going to experience it in IMAX. I always try and get 2 viewings of a film I really like. Now, the extra viewings may change my opinion, and I may update you in like another video or on Twitter or something if things change, but the experience I had on first viewing was amazing, and I won't be forgetting it. Now, some non-spoiler character standouts for me. I'm not going to go into detail, but I will say there are 4 characters that really stood out the most, and that will be Rey, Finn, Palpatine, specifically Palpatine, and Poe. I think they did Palpatine justice. I'm not going to go into many more details in this spoiler-free part, but I really wanted Palpatine to be very, very good, and he was done better than I expected. So, for me, that's a win. I really liked that about this film. It was very different to what I expected, but I liked it, so there we go. But now I'm going to move into some minor spoiler territory with how Battlefront 2 did the Rise of Skywalker content justice. So despite the game content not being in the film much, DICE nailed their look and evolved on things that were lacking a lot of screen time. For example, the Cap-Hex Spy and Gunner are just background from my recollection of watching the film. They don't do any actual fighting in the film. Some stuff could have been cut, or DICE were just given some more freedom, more than usual here. And Boolean, a minor character which was in some marketing material, was in the film briefly, and he is an Avician, the same as the Gunner. But he was done dirty with his fate, and I don't really recall anything these resistance reinforcements did in the film, but that's okay, as the game allows for more freedom, and they weren't meant to be major or even proper minor characters. Moving on to the First Order reinforcements, the Sif Troopers were barely in the film, which was a major disappointment for me. We didn't get to see them do anything cool or make use of the abilities we know they have from Battlefront 2. It definitely takes away from the fact they're meant to be more powerful stormtroopers, faster, stronger. That's what Lucasfilm was going with the marketing, and we simply did not see them much. We just didn't get many good close-up shots of them either. It was kind of weird, to be honest. They just didn't play a significant role, and it felt very weird considering how they've marketed these troopers in merchandise and things like that. Then again, they weren't really in the trailers, or like at all, so in hindsight, it actually makes sense. There is some stuff that you think is going to have a major part in the film, actually doesn't. When you look at the trailers, This is one of the things I dislike about this film. A lot of new stuff, some of it is really cool design-wise, and it all has little screen time or no impactful moments. Having said that, the new Jet Troopers can be seen to use their jetpacks like in Battlefront 2 in the Pisana chase sequence, and we get to look at them using the grenade launcher, which we can use in Battlefront 2 as well. They are cool and offered something different in a heroes versus trooper chase scene that we've become familiar with in Star Wars, though they are still quite underused in the film. The Sif Jet Troopers are hardly in the film either, much less so than the standard Sif Troopers, as I expected. They're in just a few shots and they appear to do the same thing as standard Jet Troopers. Absolutely pointless. As for the hero skins, they don't need much explanation other than they're basically perfect. The artists at DICE did a fantastic job recreating these from the film, and I will be using them for all my heroes now. And let's talk about the new map, the new planet. And it's hard to say how Asian Kloss, the new map, will play because it's not released yet. It releases on Friday 20th. But it certainly looks the part from what we've seen anyway. I'm surprised how much screen time the planet got in the film. I thought it was going to be one of those planets that's at the start of the film and is thrown away pretty quickly, but we don't see a lot of it despite it being throughout the film. Also, the First Order never actually go to the planet, so the Battlefront battle which takes place is pure complete fantasy. Despite this, playing Battlefront is the closest thing we will get to feeling like we are in a Star Wars film. It just gets so much right, especially with the feeling. In summary then, I'm very happy with the ending of this saga. I'm actually kind of glad it's over now, so the unrest can finally die down a lot more, especially after the 2 years of Last Jedi. This is going to go on for quite some time. Hopefully it's not going to last 2 years, because the past 2 years have been pretty tiring in the Star Wars community. And the last part of the film, the final scene, the final shot, is exactly what I wanted. That's how I wanted it back when I first watched The Force Awakens, back when I watched The Last Jedi. That's how I wanted this film to end, and I got that, so I'm happy about that. Time will tell if this film will be a classic, as the reception has not been great, surprisingly. It seems like critics don't like it, but more the fans do, compared to The Last Jedi, which is an interesting difference. I'm glad that Battlefront 2 did get a decent update of sequel trilogy content though. I really like the First Order, and I think there is enough variety to make it stand out and be fun. I'm not a huge fan of the Resistance designs. I think it's very boring. The world building in this sequel trilogy hasn't been what I wanted it to be, but I'm glad Battlefront 2 nailed it yet again. And this will be the last time we will get sequel-era content, I'm sure. I just can't see DICE ever revisiting it, considering it is the least favourite era, plus there is going to be no film for these characters again, so it just makes no sense. This game now has major parts of the 3 sequel trilogy films, which makes me very happy. Please let me know down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on the film, and if you haven't seen it yet, let me know if you're going to go and see it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new around here. Check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.